I am alive and it's good to be alive. Hello everyone. Today I kind of just wanted to have a nice discussion with you guys. I know it's pretty different from my typical video, but I wanted to talk about shields because I've been hearing that shields are going to be getting a rework soon in Warframe, which sounds like it's not a big deal, but it's kind of a big deal if you think about it. This is a basic function of how your character receives damage in the game, and something we really take for granted that's been the same for a long time now. So I think changing it has a lot of potential to change gameplay. So essentially, my opinion is I'm not sure focusing on shielding is really necessary nor important right now. And this isn't saying that I'm right and everyone else is wrong. It's just I'm kind of neutral on the whole issue, to be honest. I could care less either way. If they're not going to touch him or if they are going to touch him, to be honest, I'm going to play the game regardless, and it's not really a huge issue for me. A lot of people are saying that shields are very lackluster right now and just don't feel very effective and useful. They're saying, you know, in 120 plus up missions, with the people I've discussed anyways, they say, well, your shields can't take a hit from enemies over level 100. Well, not a lot of anything can take a hit from enemies over level 100. This isn't me saying they're wrong. They're definitely right. It's just, I don't feel like we're supposed to be able to just tank our way through level 130 enemies and so on. I know that they're saying like, oh, health is way better, it's stronger. That is true, but in my mind, it was always a trade-off. It was always, yes, health is stronger and you can upgrade it more to be more effective, but it doesn't recharge. Shielding is not nearly as tough or durable, but it recharges for free. You don't have to spend any mods on it. So it's kind of interesting when you think about it. I just sort of don't have a problem with how they function right now. I've never been like, man, it sucks. Shields are so useless in high-end missions. I'm not saying they don't. It's just I honestly never really thought about it. I'm just like, yeah, that's the purpose shields have. They, you know, absorb a certain amount of damage until they run out, and then they recharge again. They last forever, you know. They constantly recharge, but, you know, they can only take so much damage. I just always took that for granted, and I thought that was kind of the point of having your health be so much more durable to damage with armor and such, is that, you know, it can't regen unless you've specifically built for it, like if you have a Medi Ray or a Life Strike or a Rejuvenation equipped. And to be honest, if they do rework shields, I'm not going to be too bummed out. I just hope it doesn't take away from frames that do utilize shielding, like Mag or Volt. I love Volt because he's one of the few frames in the game, in my opinion at least, that can utilize shields properly. I mean, I only have 1,000 shields with my Volt, but because I have capacitance for him, the augment mod anyways, as you can see, it easily gives me plenty of over-shielding, which I am now, that's the purple number at the top right of the screen, I am now queuing right now. And I don't know, I hope it doesn't take away from frames that do make good use of shielding. If it further buffs them, then that's cool, but I would never want it to make them seem less useful now. And the other thing is, you know, some people are saying, oh, well, they're just going to add a mod that essentially, you know, does what Steel Fiber does. It's basically just going to function like armor. They're going to have a mod that makes your shielding more damage resistant. And my only issue with that is a lot of players like me, dare I call myself a veteran player, I bet a lot of people would chew me out for that. Been playing for about 3 years and I'm mastery rank 20. Maybe that doesn't make me a veteran. I don't really care. You know, my issue with that is, are we all going to, honestly, are we really going to change our builds to put that mod on? I just know that I am so set in my ways with my builds. Not to say my builds can't be changed or tweaked, but I like how my builds function so much so that even if there was a mod that decreased how much damage my shields take, I don't know that I would honestly use it. I mean, maybe for Volt I would give it a shot, but I honestly at this point, with like everything that I've put into my Volt, I don't know what mod I would take off in replacement for it. That's something that we could check out together probably sometime, but I honestly have no idea what to do with it. One of the other ideas floating around the community is that what would happen is normally if you take, say, you know, like 300 damage and you only have 200 shielding left, well, that last 100 damage that can't be dealt to your shields is going to be dealt to your health. What they were thinking of, attacks that would normally destroy your shields and deal health damage. Instead, your shield will just like absorb all of that damage and then go to 0, but your health won't be impacted yet until the next attack. That is a cool idea. I'm actually perfectly okay with that as well. I don't see an issue with that. I think that's great, you know, if they really want to do that. But I think, honestly, you need to look more at enemy scaling rather than making, you know, shields tankier or giving shields a new mod, I guess. It'd be great and probably long overdue, sure, but I don't think it's going to be the answer people want it to be. See, some people, they're saying, oh yeah, we're gonna rework shields, and then some people just want that to be the answer. Like, oh man, finally, we're gonna be able to, you know, just tank ungodly amounts of damage and so on. And I don't really think that's it. But part of the reason I wanted to make a video about this is because I want you guys to drop comments down below about, like, you know, what you think of it, what you think of shield's role in the game, you know, how it functions. Some people are saying, you know, well, if you look at a lot of other games, they use shieldings as their main source of negating damage, and well, Warframe isn't most games though, and that's partially why I like it, because it's so unique and different. And again, like I said, shielding is just something I've totally taken for granted. I don't really expect it to perform more of a purpose than it already does. Like my Volt, for example, only has 300 health and relies entirely on shielding pretty much to keep him alive, aside from the rejuvenation mod that I put on him. So, you know, I don't know. What do you want them to do with shielding? What do you think they should do? Like I said, I think the whole, you know, it's stopping, you know, if your shield gets destroyed, don't let the leftover damage get immediately dealt to your health. I think that's great, but if you really think about it, you know, if an enemy's shooting you with a, you know, an automatic weapon, or if there's multiple enemies around you and you're constantly taking damage, I don't really think that's gonna matter in the long run. Like, I don't think it's gonna be the answer people are looking for. And then again, if it's an extra mod, I don't know. You know, we only have so many mod slots to work with. Maybe if it was an Exilus mod, I think if it was an Exilus mod, for those of you who don't know, an Exilus mod is a mod that goes in that top right mod slot on your Warframe, the extra sort of 10th slot up there. I think that would be great. Or maybe even an aura mod that affects your shielding, although, you know, I don't know. There's probably already one of those, and forgive me for not knowing the answer to that, but I obviously wouldn't care about one even if there was. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not too crazy about it. To be honest, it hadn't even occurred to me that shields need a rework, but I guess they're getting a rework, so let me know what you guys think. I hope this video was informational, and I hope you guys enjoyed it to some extent. Please drop a comment down below, whatever you want. If you guys want me to do a video on something else, I am open to requests as well. I'll make a video on anything that you guys think would be helpful, so let me know, and thank you so much for your time. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a kick-ass day.